Anthony Albanese entered the final day knowing the polls had him just in front.
So,
Prime Minister Scott Morrison was fighting for his political life.
so yeah,
Both beginning the day
currently I'm eating
interstate campaign dash.
hot dog. So I'll be streaming for until the time of like 7 o'clock, so an hour's streaming.
Jodie Hayden hitting Victoria's Higgins electorate. A big day. Mr. Morrison in McEwen, heckled by conspiracy theorists.
You don't have the right to give our bodies away to the WHO.
No, we're not. That's a complete lie. While Mr. Albanese was haunted by past mistakes. The last and latest news poll showing Labor remains on track to win a two-party preferred lead of 53 to 47, despite its primary vote falling by 2% over the past week to 36 and the coalition stable at 35, with both leaders now level on who would make a better PM. The final stop on the Morrison campaign trail is hometown electorate Jenny Morrison running into the arms of the girls. It has been a long 6 weeks. So the opinion polls are against
election day.
Election in 2019 as well. Analysts say it'd be foolish to write off Scott Morrison. The numbers are against him, but he said last time he believed in miracles. He may need another one today. This was splendid territory. A look at Cook, one of the few electorates where his face and name actually appears on the campaign posters. Well, there's nothing like coming home. Inside, time to vote. The fair bet, she knew who she was voting for regardless.
The 2022 election.
You cast your vote now. The campaigning is finished. You're heading home this afternoon. How are you feeling about your position right now?
This election has never been about me or my feelings or anything like that.
So yeah, today is Saturday, May 21, also known as Australian Election Day. For non-Australian readers,
Knows how to deal with our national security interests.
Knowing the Labor leader is snappy.
and also this is my very first live stream publicly.
With his dog, Toto. The latest analysis has the coalition potentially taking 3 Labor seats, Sydney's Werriwa and Victoria's Corangamite and McEwen. Labor's list is longer, taking Boothby in South Australia, Swan and Pearce in WA, Reid and Bennelong in Sydney, Bass in Tasmania, possibly Brisbane and Melbourne's Chisholm.
I want to change politics. Be very clear. I want to change politics. I want to change the way it operates.
Mr. Albanese voting in Marrickville Town Hall, as he always has.
It's a secret ballot.
But as one voter braved the conditions to vote in budgie smugglers, people smugglers were suddenly on the agenda.
So I'm like currently eating hot dogs, so...
Well, I can confirm that there has been an interception of a vessel en route to Australia.
This is an election unlike any other. A record 50% having already voted, and record numbers too saying they won't vote for either party. Impossible to tell which way tonight will go. Chris Reason, 7 News.
So there is a chance that the Albanese can win. By the way, polls have closed and the results will be coming up after. So once this live stream finishes, the results of every single seat, aka like the local area, would be counting, and that will decide who is the next Prime Minister.
The odds are stacked against him. The latest opinion polls, as we saw there in Chris Reason's story, they point to a Labor victory or indeed a hung parliament, and there is the very real possibility that we won't even get a result tonight, not just because of a hung parliament, but because of the sheer number of postal votes that won't be voted, that won't be counted until tomorrow. So we could be in a position where the vote is like this, but it turns out to be like this. All eyes will be on Mark Riley's screen of dreams tonight.
Thank you so much, Jen. Now to Rob Scott. And Rob, how is Labor preparing for the vote count?
Well, Katrina, we're not at some fancy Sydney hotel room. We're in Sydney's inner western suburbs at an RSL club. So Labor keeping it grassroots, keeping it working class, just like the leader Anthony Albanese, who is of course not here. We won't see him for a good 5 or 6 hours, depending on how the vote goes down. We're told he's not far away, though, that he's watching the numbers come in at a private function with his new girlfriend, Jody Hayden, his son Nathan, and of course his ever-present sidekick Toto the Cavoodle. All of them were with him when he voted this morning. Big reception for him when he went to vote. Afterwards, he told us that he's tired, he's exhausted, but he's left it all out on the field, that he is confident that despite the early stumbles from the campaign, over economic numbers, and the fact that he caught COVID halfway through, he has put his best foot forward, that Australians know who he is, knows what he stands for, and he's hoping to be the next Prime Minister of this country. We'll know in a few hours' time whether his campaign has resonated with Australians.
All right, potentially a long night ahead for you there, Rob.
So if you want the stream to be 30 minutes, then just tell me. If you want the stream to be an hour, then tell me.
Screen of Dreams, the most advanced technology ever seen on election night. Political editor Mark Riley will be crunching the numbers for us.
Well, this is where we'll be watching the night play out tonight, here on the Screen of Dreams, with all the data coming through from the AEC and from our scrutineers and our numbers people in the panic
It's a hot dog with barbecue plum sauce from Hungry Jack's.
We'll be looking at about a dozen, 3 in Queensland, Leichhardt in the top end, Longman and the seat of Brisbane. In New South Wales, they have 4 or 5 seats. Reid, which is held by the Liberal Party. Also, we're looking at Gilmore. We'll be looking at the 2 seats where the Teal Independents are mounting big challenges, Wentworth and North Sydney. And then in Victoria, the seat of Chisholm, held by the Liberal Party, is at real risk. The seat of Corangamite, held by Labor, has been targeted by the Liberal Party, and McEwen. Kooyong, the seat of the Federal Treasurer, Josh Frydenberg, a big threat there from the Teal Independent. Across the top of Tasmania and into the centre here,
So
the
the
3
Western
seats,
Australian
always
days,
and Lions. Here, Boothby in South Australia. In Perth, Swan, Pearce, Curtin, all in play.
Well, not all of it, but then some of the. It's just Western Australia has less like. So guys, my mom asked that question, and if you want answers, then here you are. Then so what they mean is like Western Australia actually has 2 big like areas, and then it has a lot of smaller areas that you can't visibly really see on a Western Australian map.
Go back to that realm of minority government, which is interesting for journalists, but voters don't tend to like it. Whatever happens tonight, you will see it here first on our Screen of Dreams. We'll give you all the calls first, fast and accurate.
Mark Riley there. Now, for Scott Morrison to hang on to power, he must retain marginal LNP seats in Queensland. But Labor is fighting hard to win them over, and there are many close contests to watch tonight.
A drenching in the name of democracy, with umbrellas and election day essential. With big pre-poll numbers, smaller crowds were expected, but by 8 a.m, long lines were everywhere, not just for the voting.
Our court to wait, people are wanting our sausage already, and it's fantastic.
The sound of sausages ringing out.
The democracy sausage does sell out sometimes, but if you don't like those like sausage sizzles with a like sandwich, like if you don't like hot dogs, that so for Americans this is a hot dog, and then but instead we wrap it around in a sandwich instead of like 2 sides of bread. If you're American,
It's still the best place to meet
that's reason why.
Leo Cameron announcing her campaign promise.
My campaign is lower taxes by 25%. So my campaign is lower taxes by 25%, improve high school funding, and basically improving everything. Yes, that's what happens when I become Prime Minister. So far, no one's watching. Doesn't matter because people can forget.
Now up to the people. If they want change, they want action on climate change, they want action on aged care, they want our Medicare system refunded, they've got to change the government.
Which would mean the end of the LNP member. Casting his vote, hoping to hold off a Labor swing.
Brisbane is a seat that was held by the other side of politics for most of the last 120 years, so it's an unusual thing that I hold it.
Neighbouring Ryan also at risk of changing hands, and in the seat of Griffith, there's a 3-way contest.
Greens. Might be close, but I'm hoping, in the end, it's ScoMo's out.
That's a view shared by Labor's Annika Wells, hoping to hold Lily.
Who do you want to be Prime Minister?
Albo.
Albo. We're voting Albo today.
The LNP Queensland buffer at risk of eroding, but there's signs their support is holding north of Brisbane.
I'm happy with what they're doing now, so I'm going to go ahead and vote with him.
Longman, a marginal where the Prime Minister is hoping he still has fans.
Tom Morrison, why not? You've done everything for this country.
And Dixon, Peter Dutton territory.
I voted to have a kinder Australia.
Australia will be watching Queensland, even out west, where no change is expected despite today's race.
Racing away, they don't.
Here's a preview to the politicians, the expected result.
Mate, it's going to be really, really close.
Joel Dry, 7 News.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's go to the seat of Lily now. Sally Guy, the LNP candidate dubbed No Show Lobo, has just spoken to you exclusively.
So yeah, so the seat of Lily is where where Annika Wells and Vivian Labour are, which is actually beside Brisbane, northwest of Brisbane. It's actually northeast of Brisbane, so then you know where it is. Also, he did a false address, so that's the reason why he can't really, help himself there.
We've done quite good publicity, I must say. I don't know if we've done the wrong thing or if it's a mistake. Look, like I said, at the moment we've got to wait for the authorities to come back and actually go through what's done. My family and me do live at the address, and we've been there. There was work to be done.
Now, Annika Wells is the Labor incumbent. She voted at none of the states school today. I asked her what the impact of this may have on the election. This is what she told me.
Labor has been a big no-show for 11 days of pre-poll, and I haven't heard that he's out and about today. And the LNP really have some questions to answer about the kind of candidates they're.
Now, Lily is, of course, Labor's is seat held only by 0.6% and is the most marginal seat held in Queensland. So despite the controversy, the race is on with the count now underway.
Definitely going to be one to watch. Thank you, Sally. We're going to travel over to Clayfield now in the seat of Brisbane. Ben Murphy, it is hanging in the balance.
Good evening, Trina. Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, if you take a look behind us here, the counting has just begun. The box has been cracked and the ballot papers are out on the table here. And these are the votes which will determine whether Trevor Evans holds on to this seat, the seat of Brisbane. He holds it by 4.9%, so not a bad buffer typically, but he does have a big challenge on his hands this time around, particularly from Labor's Madonna Barrett. The Greens have been making headway in this seat for the past decade or so. Their primary vote is more than double. Going to be a stretch to see them take this seat on their own accord.
You could bite the fastest.
Their preference flows will likely help Labor, so this is going to be one to watch, Katrina.
Thank you, Ben Murphy, there in Clayfield, rather. And now we're going to Caboolture, and Marlena Wap Longman could swing again.
Yeah, Katrina, if this seat falls to Labor, you can be almost certain the swing will be on in Queensland. It's a volatile seat. The coalition snatched it from Labor in 2019. Labor's Rebecca Fanning keen to win it back, but Terry Young is nervously hopeful he can hang on here, all too aware that history has shown that if the coalition wins Longman, it tends to perform well in Queensland. The margin, 3.3%. It's a large electorate spanning from suburbs north of Brisbane to the Sunshine Coast. It has a booming population with many younger families here, as well as lots of retirees around the Bribie Island region. So cost of living pressures and housing have been important issues to voters here, Katrina.
Thank you so much, Marlena. All right, we're going to bring in Josh Riberich, who is on the Gold Coast. Josh, it'll be tough for Labor to win some seats there.
Katrina, all 4 seats are considered safe, including here at Angie Bell's electorate of Moncrief, but that could change this evening how safe they actually are, particularly further south in Karen Andrews' electorate of McPherson. The Home Affairs Minister holds a 12% margin there, but her recent move to try and block stage 4 of the light rail could cut that margin significantly. And when asked if she was confident she'd keep her seat, she said that she wouldn't preempt or predict the result. The Labor candidate is confident of an upset. While that seems unlikely, he may give her a scare.
Thanks, Josh. To other news now. A marathon siege has dragged on into a 3rd day in the Whitsundays. A man's barricaded himself inside a unit, shutting down streets near Airlie Beach for 54 hours now. The 44-year-old has knives, swords and a compound bow.
I've just been negotiating with them, but it's just no luck, I guess, so we'll just
sitting ducks waiting.
Police reinforcements and heavily armed officers have been sent in. Well, we had some relief from the rain, but it has been short-lived, with the southeast copping another
I will be
drenching
right back
today.
soon.
There are again flood warnings for some parts of the state, while the races at Doomben were called off.
Brolly's at the ready in Brisbane. A soggy start to the day. It's miserable. The downpour dragging on.
Over the last few months, I think people are a bit scared now.
From Mount Cootha, the view to the city was hidden. In the city, people tried to hide from the rain. 21 millimetres falling in 24 hours.
It's wet.
The $2.2 million Doomben Cup meeting was a casualty. Officials have moved it to Wednesday. On the Gold and Sunshine Coasts, beaches were rough with strong swells and wind warnings. Not enough to stop 10-year-old Bobby Patch from diving in.
It's like good when it's like raining because not as much people go out and you get more waves.
Beaches were open today, but swimmers warned of dangerous debris.
You might find yourself getting cut with debris in the waves.
SEQ Water warning flood releases from North Pine Dam are now a possibility over the next 24 hours.
We do have a flood watch current that extends from St Lawrence just to North Brisbane.
In the Wide Bay, the rain was unrelenting. In Rockhampton, 56 millimetres fell in 24 hours.
I love it. Nothing more therapeutic than to run in the rain.
Still a wait for those wanting to swap grey skies for sunshine. Mel Whiteman, 7 News.
Let's get a quick weather check now. And Bertie, some heavy squalls about today.
You know what, Katrina, it was beautiful up for about 30 seconds ago and down it came. Yes, this is the scene of what we saw today across the southeast. Majority falls north of Brisbane here at Skips on the Goldie. The boat show went off absolutely brilliantly. I'll tell you what, these Grady Whites are going to keep us dry. Let's have a look at today's temps, everyone. Absolutely amazing conditions, of course, if you're a duck. Upwards of around 16 to 17 for the high, down about 16 overnight. Not much mercury in the movements there. And of course, what we did see, a combined total 70 millimetres up there around the sunny coast from yesterday through to today. I'll have more weather for you shortly.
Yep, the Ducks were loving it, but that was about it. Thanks, Bertie. A chance for the public to remember cricketer Andrew Symonds. Next, details on a public memorial for the all-rounder. Russia's biggest victory yet in its war with Ukraine. A protester causes a stir at the Cannes Film Festival. And before weather, the simple switch that would help you save thousands on your household budget.
Monday on 7 News. Out of the office, but not out of the boss's reach. Employers spying on staff working from home.
We are being watched.
Your rights explained. Plus, cheaper childcare coming. And the new centres opening in the southeast. 7 News is Queensland's news.
Biggest scandal to ever hit Big Brother.
To borrow your girlfriends out.
He's done the dirty on her.
They shook hands on.
In the epic cage fight, the truth will come out.
Oh, this will be a fun one.
Big Brother, Monday after Home and Away on 7.
All of us can do with a little extra help in maintaining our general health and well-being. That's why I trust Microgenics range of vitamins. With more than 30 years experience creating premium formulations, Microgenics is my choice for high-quality, high-strength vitamins. Trust Microgenics for macro benefits.
New Greenskin G-Max avocados are predictably beautiful. Woo! Predictably perfect. Woo! And predictably delicious. Woo! If only everything was as perfectly predictable as a Greenskin G-Max. Woo!
The Nick Scali Lounge sale is on now. Save up to 40% off a huge range of custom-made leather and fabric lounges, sofas and recliners. The Nick Scali Lounge sale on now.
Did you know that your immune system is supported by good gut bacteria? Help your good gut bacteria thrive with fibre from Kellogg's Fibre Cereals.
Right now at Carpet Call, you can take 50% off. Yes, 50% off all fashion bras purchased at carpetcall.com.au. So what are you waiting for? Call Carpet Call now.
Britain the train.
You can't put Dad on the couch. Your bed's out of the question. Koala.
The public will have the chance to celebrate the life of Andrew Symonds at a memorial service in Townsville next week. It will be held at the city's Riverway Stadium from 2:30 p.m. on Friday following a private funeral. The cricket star was killed in a car crash a week ago. Russia has claimed the biggest victory yet of its war with Ukraine, saying it now has control of the city of Mariupol. The announcement has come as an American held prisoner in Russia until last month speaks out about his treatment.
Obliterated. Ukraine releases video it claims shows yet another Russian airstrike on a civilian target, a cultural centre in the Kharkiv region. 8 reported wounded, 1 an 11-year-old girl. This as Russia announced the capture of the last Ukrainian forces holed up in Mariupol's steelworks. Moscow says it now controls the key port city. These Ukrainians head to Russian captivity as a former American Marine speaks about his time in Russian prisons.
There's blood all over the walls there, where prisoners have killed themselves or killed other prisoners.
Trevor Reed, arrested in Russia 3 years ago, accused of assaulting a police officer. His 9-year jail term cut short in a delicate US-Russia prisoner swap. The 30-year-old Texan says he was locked up with murderers and couldn't sleep for days fearing they'd kill him.
The psychiatric treatment facility, I was in there with 7 other prisoners in the cell. They all had severe, serious psychological health issues.
The Russian prisoner Trevor Reed was exchanged for claims he was tortured before his extradition to the US and beaten at an American military base. The White House denies it. In the United States, Tim Lester, 7 News.
A topless protester has crashed the red carpet at the Cannes Film Festival. Stunned celebrities looked on as the woman, who had the Ukrainian flag painted on her chest, screamed at photographers who lined the venue. She was quickly covered up and removed by security. We will have some breaking news on the vote count up next, plus a shocking crash at an Ipswich petrol station. The new project to honour murdered mum Hannah Clark, a Camograph exclusive. And a world-first treatment that could lead to a cure for type 1 diabetes. And after sport, the news agency that sold a $40 million Powerball ticket.
The youth defined a decade. Which I am now, living in my 70s. Flashback, 7 News, Sunday at 6.
Our cameras follow Australia's most controversial car.
My motor trial starts tomorrow morning.
Every dramatic moment in the murder case that divided Australia.
They hold my future in their hands.
Every twist.
As a mum, I'm terrified.
The first major interview.
Okay, I'm back.
You knew it was going to kill him. That's true, isn't it?
It's all just been...
Spotlight. Sunday after The Voice on 7.
Ready for more? Swinburne Online.
Sarah and India Comfy is the flash sofa sale with up to 40% off selected leather and fabric sofas, recliners and armchairs. 100% made for you. The Plush sofa sale ends Sunday. Plush in sofas. When you choose Allianz Comprehensive Car Insurance, you can choose to save on your premium by simply increasing your basic excess. Search Allianz Car Insurance to get your quote today.
That's it. Water. Soon the flash results will be in and I'll show you every result.
I think this is a little bit much. Maybe we just say we've simplified our home loans, no more packages,
For this election.
no fees, same great rates. And let's get rid of the illegal.
No one's watching, doesn't matter.
Home loans.
Come home to comfort and style at Harvey Norman. The Sedona 3-seater sofa combines leather luxury with power reclining. Only $2,799. The timeless Amelia 3-seater leather sofa, $2,999. The contemporary Java 7-piece dining suite with a live edge tabletop feature, just $1,999. Plus, get 60 months interest-free, no deposit, no interest from latitude for 60 approximately for monthly payments and receive a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Now at Harvey Norman.
Check out these yikes.
Memorable moments. Start with the end of financial year Mazda moment. Ask your dealer about impressive value across the Mazda SUV range and make the most of every journey.
We have some breaking news now from Election HQ. Half an hour after polls have closed, the Seven News projection system is already making forecasts for a huge number of seats. The current projection is 49 seats decided with just 30 minutes of counting. That is based on the analysis from our team of insiders and software analysing Australian Electoral Commission counting. So already 49 seats decided. That is nil them when you tune in to Your Vote 2022, and that coverage continues straight after the news.
So look at the TV screen over there.
Ben Murphy is at the counting centre at Clayfield, and Ben, a huge number of votes were cast before today.
Evening, Katrina. Yeah, around 1 million Queenslanders voted in advance of polling day. It's about a fifth of the population. Those are among those votes which have to be counted tonight. We're here at Clayfield, and as you can see, the work is well and truly underway. Spare a thought for these AEC staff having to count the Senate ballot paper there. They're the white ones. We move around the room a little bit. You've got the House of Representatives counting underway. People will recall that they're the smaller green ballot papers that are being counted. Those people that you can see standing up without any coloured vests on, they're scrutineers, and their role, they're appointed by the parties, and basically they just have to watch the count. They're here just to watch the AEC stuff to make sure that the count is all happening. There's no irregularities. They do have the option of calling challenge, and if they see something wrong, then the AEC staff can step in and try to correct the vote and look at what is being challenged and whether there is an irregularity. So an important role, especially for a seat like Brisbane. It's held by 4.9%. A tight margin, and it's going to be one of these close contests where every vote will matter, and those votes are going to be counted well into the night here, Katrina.
Yes, thank you so much, Ben Murphy, for that update. A driver has
Okay,
died after his out-of-control car slammed into a petrol
Rotation is locked, so
heard screeching tyres just like
Strewn across the ground, tools and a fishing rod in crumpled aftermath of a deadly crash.
The front of the car was like a sardine can all crushed in. He was practically all in under it.
The 34-year-old driver killed after losing control of his ute just before midnight. Officers say he crossed onto the wrong side of the road before slamming into a petrol
Switching
pump
the
at a
camera again.
service station.
The screeching of tyres to me was louder than the bang of the car crashing.
It sparked a rapid response from emergency crews, fearing the threat of fire at the Bowser.
Everyone that we were talking to that's heard and everything else all said that he was speeding.
As police continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding this crash, advocates are calling for increased focus on road safety. Specifically, updating the data on serious injuries on our roads. Using near-miss technology to map horror hotspots,
We can actually predict where there's a higher likelihood that it would occur and make proactive changes to the network immediately.
and making public the safety ratings of all Queensland roads.
It would give people the information to choose what route to take based on safety.
Measures experts say will help curb our rising road toll. Garth Burley, 7 News.
A world-first treatment could mean researchers are one step closer to finding a cure for type 1 diabetes. The innovative procedure will see patients produce their own insulin without the need for daily pumps and injections.
Alec Tibbetts was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at age 8. He was told then a cure was around the corner. Almost 5 decades later, he finally believes that to be true.
I have a daughter that's diabetic as well. And it's not a cure for me, I hope it's a cure for her. And that's my motivation.
Alec's the first patient to undergo a world-first treatment. A special artificial skin has been implanted into his upper arm, stimulating high blood flow, essentially.
What we're doing is creating an artificial site outside of the liver where we can transplant the cells that produce insulin.
Hopefully
So yeah,
removing the need for
not really anything happening right now.
pump themselves with insulin day in, day out.
There is an anxiety.
So the seats will, so the thing will be counted past the time I live stream.
Current treatments mean cell transplants are placed directly into the liver, a far more complicated and risky surgery. The new procedure on Alec was done under just local anaesthetic. The brains behind this innovative surgery are cautious to say this could lead to a cure, but admit it's one step closer.
Appreciate the work they've done, not just for me, but for every type 1 diabetic in the world.
Case to Law, 7 News.
It's the project honouring Hannah Clark's legacy. Next, exclusive details in a special report from Kane McGrath. A simple switch to slash thousands off your family's household budget. And tributes for trailblazing journalist Carolyn Jones.
Monday on 7 News. Out of the office, but not out of the boss's reach. Employers spying on staff working from home.
We are being watched.
Your rights explained. Plus, cheaper childcare coming. And the new centres opening in the southeast. 7 News is Queensland's news.
Well, that was bad timing. But also, the best timing! Right now, when you join eligible AHM Hospital and Extras cover, you get 6 weeks free. All right, I'm almost done. Plus, they'll waive any 2 and 6 month waits on extras. Wow, maybe this is good timing. Offer ends June 30. Only available at ahm.com.au. With AHM, you're good.
My property portfolio is protected by Terry Shear. I wouldn't trust anyone else.
As a first-time investor, Terry Shear provides the security I need.
You've got to be with Terry Shear. It's a no-brainer.
Call Terry Shear or go online. It's time for redeeming your KitchenAid ovenware.
So once it's like an hour, finishing the live stream.
Half credits and half pay. Collect them in store or online. Coles, value the Australian way.
What makes my food so good? You always need a secret ingredient, like this Lagos passata made with Aussie-grown tomatoes. So juicy, you think I could make
Ew.
myself.
Here.
Hey Antonio, what do you want to do when you grow up?
I'm gonna make people love it.
I'm going to start a business to help save our planet.
Oh wow, with your daughter.
You know it.
Nice. Talk to a financial advisor about retirement solutions on Delay Your First Date. We've helped over 3 million Australians unleash that second half.
The Nick Stanley Save up to 40% off a huge range of custom-made leather and fabric lounges, sofas and recliners. The Nick Scali Lounge Sale, on now.
Bobjane T-Mart's Monster Baggy. Buy 4 Monster wheels and off-road tyres and enter to win an Austrac camper trailer. Plus over 2K's worth of extras from HEMA and GME. At Bobjane T-Mart's, we're all about.
This is Rob. He's a dentist. That's why he doesn't use just a toothpaste. He uses Oral-B gum and enamel because it neutralises bacteria to revitalise your gums and strengthens your enamel for strong teeth and healthy gums. Gums, Rob, not guns. Oral-B.
So your gas prices are going up.
We are returning now to Marlena Wap, who is in Caboolture in the seat of Longman. Marlena County.
So now I'll switch the camera once again. It is raining.
The coalition snatched it from Labor in 2019, but Rebecca Fanning is hoping to win it back and beat Henry Young. The margin here is just 3.3%. Anthony Albanese was here just a few days ago campaigning with Rebecca Fanning. Now, if this seat falls to Labor, you can be almost certain that the swing will be on in Queensland. This is a large electorate with a booming population, lots of younger families here as well as pensioners. So cost of living pressures as well as health have been key issues here.
Great, thank you for that, Marlena Watt there. Tributes are being paid to Carolyn Jones after the veteran TV journalist died yesterday at the age of 84 after suffering a fall. She's been remembered as a trailblazer over her 40-year career. Jones was the first female reporter on Current Affairs program This Day Tonight and the first woman to host Four Corners. The shocking murders of Hannah Clark and her children have touched the heart of a Brisbane property developer. He's funding Hannah's Sanctuary, a housing project to provide safety and certainty for women and children escaping domestic violence. Kay McGrath has this exclusive report.
Hannah Clark was able to return home to family when she and the children fled an abusive marriage. For many, that's impossible.
My ex-husband threatened me with a knife. He was after my life.
With family in India, Nina and her 4-year-old son spent 17 months in refuges.
I had nowhere, no friends, no family.
But now a groundbreaking Brisbane project will provide women like Nina with a safe, secure home.
Housing is a vital part of the recovery process for women and children. At a time when the construction industry is facing enormous headwinds, this project is an example of what the commercial sector can do.
Women and children will be able to stay for 12 to 18 months as they rebuild their lives with the support of local charities Beyond DV and Small Steps for Hannah.
Well, do you want to put some bunk beds in there? Or
I think that's a bad idea.
do we do it in everyone?
The townhouse complex should be complete in 9 months.
A variety of housing product as well, from 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, single level, double level. We've got an accessible apartment as well.
We know that it's going to make an enormous difference in the lives of so many families who come through the doors of Hannah Sanctuary, and we are just so grateful.
The publicity-shy benefactor and many generous supporters making a multi-million-dollar vision come true.
Very happy, very proud.
Very humbling. This is another legacy for Hannah.
A dream's also come true for Nina. She's finally in long-term transitional housing.
I got my dream job and my son's future is bright.
Seemingly small but important steps helping survivors get beyond DV.
It really is community response in action.
Kay McGrath, 7 News.
And if you are in a domestic violence situation, DV Connect can help on 1800 811 811. There is also help for men who are in danger of using or experiencing domestic violence. That number is 1800 600 636. Are your household bills stacking up? The simple switch that could help your family save thousands of dollars a year. That story is just ahead on 7 News. But it has been a soggy Saturday of sport, Pat.
Didn't worry the swimmers, Katrina. Hello everyone, ahead. Our Olympic stars got their start. The Suns chase another big scalp.
as it sees it over for Turbo. Another big injury for Tom Trbojevic. And he's got ground to make up, but Cam Smith's still a contender at Southern Hills.
Oh. Did you see that? They just almost.
On Weekender, festival food, juicy market
Mag-exercise
finds,
ko ulit yung
buttery
kami ng butter.
bites.
Ang dami ko kinain, nakakaiba
Tomorrow
ko.
at 5:30 on 7.
While I watch the results. Or after.
There are movies, and then there are experiences that live forever. Winner of 5 Academy Awards. It's the movie the whole family can enjoy together. The Sound of Music, tonight on 7 Flicks.
Morning skin is the best skin, but it loses plumpness throughout the day. Try this. Unlike regular collagen, it's easily absorbed.
Which one?
New Olay Collagen Peptide. Plump and bouncy skin all day long.
Which one, mate?
Bobcane Termites from Monster Value. Buy 4 monster wheels and off-road tyres and enter to win an Austrac camper trailer. Plus over 2 days worth of extras from HEMA and GME. At Bobcane Termites,
The MGZS2 with more style. More safety tech with 360-degree camera. With a 7-year unlimited kilometre warranty, the award-winning MGZS2 is the more you've been looking for.
Settle in and get comfy at the Plush Sofa Sale. With up to 40% off selected leather and fabric sofas, recliners and armchairs. 100% made for you. The Plush Sofa Sale ends Sunday. Plush, think sofas.
It's amazing what you can do when you focus on just one thing. And at Rams, that's home. They're what we do. So if there's a way to get you into a new home, we'll find it.
Heliconda's Ultimate Winter Sale is on now. All tents by Austral and June 4-wheel drive, half price. All gazebos by Spinifex and June 4-wheel drive, half price. Play more and pay less with our 10% price beat guarantee.
You'll find the car part you need on eBay. With a wide range of car parts and accessories, all at great eBay prices. No matter what you're looking for. Find it, buy it, fix it. Everyone's a winner.
Esse gabinete. É, show me something.
Mates mode, the better way to chat, share and bet together. Ladbroken, together.
Who says one wellness fits all? But you need active way to be active. Yeah, look who's watching.
That was crazy.
That was cool, hey! I was like, where is he going?
Swap leg day for head day. Do pizza before Pilates. Serve a mountain. Actually, be the ball. New Centrum tailored benefit blends. Do wellness your way. Every road in Queensland has a story of happiness and heartache as our weather becomes more extreme. That's why Suncorp is committed to building a more resilient nation with an initiative to strengthen the homes on this Queensland street. Join us, and together we can make every street, neighbourhood and community stronger. Search Suncorp Resilience Road to find out how you can strengthen your home.
It's your chance to vote Australia's favourite TV host, Sonia Kruger, for the Gold Logie. Vote now at tvweeklogiesvote.com. This sport report brought to you by Picken, NRL's free-to-play game.
Cowboys have started with a masterclass before a sellout Townsville crowd against the Storm tonight. Well, Queensland had a 6-point lead at the break. Dolphin and waiting Tom Gilford turned the heavyweights inside out. But Kyle Felt and Jason Taumalolo have both left the field with knee injuries. And it is now 22-6. As feared, Manly fullback Tom Trbojevic will miss the rest of the season with a dislocated shoulder. It's another bitter blow for the reigning Dally M medalist, who watched his Sea Eagles beaten in controversial circumstances, and the Dragons honoured a rugby league colossus with a win.
Johnny Raper, remembered at the ground he brought St George so much glory. Number 8 retired, a minute for the Immortals. Then
it was game time. Warriors wishing for a restart.
Sean Johnson has knocked on.
The nightmare continued before Dylan Waititi-Zelezniak leaped to the unthinkable. But enter Zach Lomax, out-muscling an entire Warriors army. Dragons with a winning tribute to the late great Chook. A clutch conversion has Parramatta partying.
Out of the strike. Oh, that's brilliant.
Mitch Moses making up for his first half sin bin that gifted Sea Eagles the lead. But controversy reigns. Manly defended a man down. Sean Kepi's dangerous tackle binned him for the final 10, clinging to the lead.
Like a pile driver, takes him over the sideline.
Isaiah Papali'i's offload punished the visitors, defeated at the death by 2.
There's so many to look at tonight. There's so many to walk off and scratch your head at.
Heartbreak for a distraught Tom Dvorak. The club confirmed turbo shoulder dislocation, possibly season-ending. An embarrassing start for Tigers prop Alex 12-100. Thankfully, not for his teammates. 4 tries in the first 40 and holding out a 14-point lead. Their fans found fresh ways to celebrate. Bulldogs interim Nick Potter reminded of his mission impossible.
Yeah.
Katie Brown, 7 News.
A win has helped. Still, the Reds' injury crisis continues to deepen. James O'Connor needs scans on his hamstring. Josh Fluke's gone for the season with a shoulder dislocation. They've now got 10 regular starters out. Brave skipper Toby David copped the knocks overnight before leading his besieged Reds to a much-needed 34-22 win over Moana Pacifica at Suncorp. Next up, the Crusaders, Christchurch Friday. The Suns' record has slipped to 4-6, but they lost few admirers in Ballarat this afternoon. Overnight, Charlie Curnow booted 6 as Michael Boss's carpet the Swans. Geelong withstood early heat from Port, while Gold Coast refused to crumble before the Doggies.
With their season threatening to slip away, one Bulldog stood tall.
Gonna go for his third. Bontempelli.
2 final quarter goals for the captain helped the Dogs make it a milestone to remember for Adam Treloar. Aaron Norton was cleared for takeoff. A day out, becking for the dog-type flyer. At the other end, Suns sharpshooter Joel Jeffrey kept the goalpost within reach.
He's going to steal it back and then go over there. Joel Jeffrey's got his third.
The luckless Rory Thompson subbed off with another knee injury. The Dogs looked to have done enough with a 32-point lead in the third term.
Bontempelli sees West in the pocket. Keep it over his head and look, she gets through.
But some more Jeffrey brilliance, including his 5th major in just game number 6. Bailey Smith icing a hard-fought 19-point win. Into McCormack, 7 minutes.
And the Lions are Launceston tomorrow, staring down the Hawks. You'll see that match live from 3 o'clock on 7 May. Queenslander Cam Smith is still in contention despite a dramatic second day at the USPGA. A luckless even par round.
It is almost 50 minutes. So yeah.
And 5 of the 8 Aussies made the halfway cut. Smith was ruffled early. His second tee shot scored American pro Aaron Wise on the adjacent fairway.
It hit him on the fly.
And that's what the gauge in his grip said. Wise was okay. The Queenslander's putter was cold. His iron play, though, saved him.
What a shot from Cameron Smith.
Still, the gallery remains obsessed with Tiger. He flirted with missing the cut, but kept finding.
The mission is to go ahead and win this thing somehow. Hopefully this weekend I can get a hot weekend with some tough conditions, and you never know.
At Winton, the championship leader was on pole. Chaos back in the field as Winterbottom's Commodore faltered. 5 is stopped. In podium contention, Will Brown's chances evaporated with a disastrous pit stop. That left Waters and Van Gisbergen in a 2-car war.
And he's almost got up there, and they come together in the final corner.
Waters prevailed. He was the one left to celebrate. Van Gisbergen, a slow trip home after damaging his steering. Ariane Titmus won't sway from missing the world titles, despite being only .33 off the 200 metres world record.
I didn't get back into proper training until, I say, December. So through swimming that fast again, I'm really happy.
Titmus will instead race at the Clyde Games alongside triple Olympic gold medalist Katie McEwen, who won the 100 metres backstroke final. That is our sport.
Thank you, Pat. The hunt is on for two mystery millionaires in Melbourne and Sydney. The lucky pair each won a share in Thursday night's $80 million Powerball. Today, interest flocked to the newsagent where the Melbourne ticket was sold, and it turns out the shop has a lucky streak.
About 3 weeks ago, we've had a scratchy win, so a $5 crossword, and the lady actually won $100,000.
Sydney's winner has 6 years to claim their prize, but the Victorian winner has only 6 months. Mortgages, car loans, credit cards, insurance, it all adds up pretty quickly. Next, some simple tips to help you save thousands on your household budget.
I'm just checking my lotto numbers. Oh!
Know the news. You have to be there.
Another missile strike flew straight over.
Wherever it matters, we take you there like no one else.
The surging Brisbane River. State hospital bursting at the seams.
Will you seriously consider a full commission of inquiry?
No news.
More interest rate rises to come.
Scott Morrison and Anthony Albanese going head to head.
7 years. Queensland's #1 news source. Every night at 6 o'clock.
I cannot believe that I'm here now in the semi-finals.
This is once in a lifetime, and Arnold does more than ever now.
There is one performance that separates me from the dream.
I have to be in the grand final. I have to be.
This is the first semi-finalist maker.
After a winning performance. As they sing
I am a fan of yours.
for their place in the grand finale.
I just can't stop thinking about you as a potential winner of this show.
This will be a night you will never forget.
The artist that I'm taking through to the grand finale is
The Voice semi-final on 7 and 7
What I
Plus.
want to.
It's here, Sunday, 7 o'clock.
They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But what about an old fox? Prime Video is now on Foxtel. Yes, really. Meaning you can now find even more of your favourite shows and movies, plus Amazon originals like The Wheel of Time and Lux Listing Sydney, all in one place. Did you see that?
Whoa, grizzly bear. I got this. What? That's easy. Check. You can't resist the call of Smiths. Could you have been better off with an industry super fund? To find out, compare for yourself at industrysuper.com.
still time to move.
Why is cornflakes my perfect bowl?
The brightness of my day.
That reminds me of my absolutely gorgeous mama. Everything is better shared, especially cornflakes.
Nice moustache.
This stream not even fun.
Discover the King difference.
At least I'm still streaming. This is my first stream.
King craftsmanship that adapts to your lifestyle. So why buy ordinary furniture when you can come home to King? Into your sale on now.
Now, the polls might be closed, but as Sportsbet, the book stays open until we have a winner. Head to the app and bet on the election right now. There's been plenty of chat about inflation over the course of this campaign. That's certainly been the case in terms of the coalition's
Sportsbet is
prize to win
supporting
this election.
the
And fair to say,
thing.
the interest rate has been high from the Sportsbet punters in terms of backing Labor. You can see the big swing there in weight of cash over the course of the campaign. When it comes to betting on the election, vote on Sportsbet, enjoy the election, and gamble responsibly.
Here we are. 3, 2, 1. Hold on tight. He's heading our way. Good morning, aviators. Tom Cruise, the Brady exclusive.
Going to Australia, oh my God.
Called orders. With all the stars.
No turning back now.
Strap in for Top Gun Week, only on Sunrise.
Too many family budgets are being stretched to breaking point, but Australians could be saving thousands on household bills. Finance experts say the cost of inflation and interest rate rises can be offset by making an easy switch.
I could be the first person to. So also, like, so by the time whoever else wins, I'm gonna put like their victory speech in.
Data analysis has found people with a $600,000 mortgage could slash their repayments by $4,500 a year by switching to a cheaper deal. Life insurance customers could reduce their premiums by over $1,300. Savvy motorists can save $492 on car loans. There's almost $600 to be saved on energy in some states, and $474 on health insurance. Those with an average credit card debt could chop $308 off their repayments.
It seems Australians need a lot of convincing, with 54% worried that swapping lenders and providers is complicated and won't reap any significant savings.
It allows customers to avoid what's essentially a loyalty tax, staying with a business for no particular reason and paying much more than what they need to.
Jackie Quest, 7 News.
Time for the weather now. Here's Bertie.
Thanks for that, Katrina. Hello, everybody. Happy Election Day, by the way. We are on top of the Grady White 37 Express. Absolutely gorgeous boat out here at Century Cove International Boat Show. And take a look at this for a fish measuring stick for the anglers out there. Yes, this boat catches big fish. Let's take a look at your weather, everybody. As we come to you live from the Century Cove Boat Show, today fish showers.
See the weather, 15, 17 for today.
That's close. And to 1 by 12, 13, that's the record for closest thing ever.
Massive high over Tasmania, pushing towards the east. We have that front hanging over the Capricornia coast, bringing some showers and a little bit of adverse weather our way clearly. It's going to ease back tonight. As that top moves off the coast tomorrow, you can see it there moving out into the Coral Sea. And of course, that high to the south, still driving southeast trades our way, bringing some moisture back on the coast. Rain tonight, easing tomorrow on the showers, particularly on the Gold Coast, looking good. So as we look around the nation now, a couple of showers for Sydney, 20 degrees, and cooling down for Canberra and Melbourne, 6 to 14 degrees the high there. Back to tropics, partly cloudy, Cairns through to Townsville, overcast and high. Pretty good conditions as we venture down in towards Rockhampton, Harvey Bay. These showers.
I'm still here. Don't worry, I'm just like letting you hear.
A few showers for Toowoomba and 14 at the high, getting up to 16 at times. Back home, a few showers again, City North up towards the Sunshine Coast receiving the most. Lesser around the Gold Coast.
Oh, it's a bit of sun.
Tops of 21 degrees. On the bay, southeasterly winds 25 knots, seas 1.5 metres, 16 to 21 in the city tomorrow. Again, rain, easing to showers. Ahead, we're going to see a few showers in Tuesday, Thursday, easing back on the weekend. Similar for Ipswich up to Thursday, partly cloudy for the weekend. Gold and Sunshine Coast. 21 degrees.
So yeah, this is the final minute of the live stream.
On the surfing scene, we had a few waves around the Swanning around Palm Beach on the Gold
no one's watching. Then bye. We'll watch this entire stream after I've actually uploaded it.
There's a few of the anglers out there today at the Century Cove Rim Shootout. Some nice fish being caught. Well done to you, team. More to come tomorrow. And Katrina, it looks as though the showers will ease back tomorrow. So good news for those coming to the boat show.
Certainly is good news. Thank you, Bertie. That is all from us this Saturday. Stay with us now for Australia Decides with Natalie Barr, Michael Usher, Mark Riley, and our panel of experts. But for now, for more.
So I guess you're able to get the first 2 minutes of the thing. It's election night to decide the PM.
Good evening. This is Your Vote 2022. Here on 7 is the night you decide your leader and your seat result first on 7. Hello, I'm Michael Usher.
And I'm Natalie Barr. And this is the panel who are making the predictions, delivering the inside word of the odds and making sure you're in the know. Their experience is unrivaled. The votes are being counted right now.
And this is a race to 76, the minimum number of seats to win a majority government. And already you're seeing House 7 will be ahead of the pack. 7 News projection has already decided the fate of 49 seats. Mark Riley's at the screen of dreams for the first of the 7 News projections.
Things are starting to happen on the screen of dreams. You can see the map of Australia beginning to be coloured in. The blue Liberal, the red Labor, the green National. Let's go to the first of one of those seats, those 49 seats that Nat talked about, where the 7 News projection has been made, and that is the seat of Maranoa, where the sitting member, one David Littleproud, is polling strongly 5,000 ahead.
Oh wait, so I finished the live stream? Okay, bye.
Counted a little